Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news, my friends. Bitcoin having a quite holdy McCold weekend right now. We have a Bitcoin price at 94,000 American dollars. I guess we're just going to see how that month of May plays out. A lot of people are still bearish for May. But I mean, like, it is what it is, man. It's pretty much 50-50, friends. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Ben Copen believes Ethereum's going to $500. It's going home. We're all going to crash. It's all over. It's pretty much all the same thing over and over again. What else can we do? At least that Bitcoin price has been holding the monthly structure. We also have Ethereum as well, which has climbed back. It has saved itself from printing red on the monthly super trend. It's done this nice little doji. I think by the end of the month, it's just going to be able to finish above 1820. It's sitting like 1814 right now. All right, above this number here, it's like a green monthly candle, but still, like, it doesn't erase the fact that it had 4 in a row when we were expecting pretty much 5 or 6 in a row to give us the alt season, but we never got that. So it is what it is right now. Also, just to remind you, it feels like, because look, in Bitcoin's third cycle, friends, this is the chart pattern it did. Bitcoin was here, 3 to 4K, went up here, and then it had the zombie virus capitulation down here, and then ended up going up. It's funny now, Ethereum is in its third cycle, and this might have been like its zombie virus equivalent, smashes through all these levels here, and then it starts to come back up. I wonder if that's going to be repeating something similar. It's kind of funny just how the market does these similar price structures over and over again. Don't sleep on the rest of crypto, but like, they're not that exciting. It's pretty much everything's pretty much locked in step together, friends. This is ChainLink's price. This is Link versus ETH. It's done this hugely rounded off bottom. Hopefully we go up towards the top up here, and then we get nice premium prices for the ChainLink ratio. But we don't know what's going to happen, right? Because we need Ethereum to go up and have some strength in the first place. So we'll see actually what happens in that regard. Something interesting had happened in the last cycle, friends. Something, this is like philosophically, so you know this. Many DeFi coins, they had a run before Ethereum moved. Okay, this was in 2020. So Ethereum did actually move. It's just its price wasn't that good. It went from like 150 to like 400. Okay, so what I'll do is actually show it to you right now in a very family-friendly way. Once again, it's a very family-friendly show. If you go back and you check Ethereum, friends, what was DeFi season? Ethereum went from about $200 here, and it peaked up here. This was the peak of DeFi. Okay, if you check out August actually, there's many altcoins peaked August, not in September, August. So Ethereum was 440. So as you can see, it did about, if you check it out from April, yeah, it did like a 2 to 3x, which is a big percentage. But the number for $300-400, it wasn't that high. So what am I pretty much getting at? What I'm getting at is it has happened in the past where DeFi coins ran and Ethereum was still under its all-time high. And this is a lot. This is a big time amount under its all-time high, right? It's still 70% below its all-time high. All right, so that's just something to think about. Is it a possibility that DeFi coins just have a full-on run and Ethereum has not had its proper run? Yeah, maybe it's possible. Okay, so I just want to show you this. This is ChainLink, for example. This is first cycle unicorn stuff out here. Okay, so ChainLink, look at this. It peaked in August 2020. Remember, I was showing you what it did from April 2020. So the Link ETH ratio, it did another 200%. So that's another 3x move, which is huge itself. So I'm not saying it's going to do it again, but let's say it did do another 200% move. Where would that actually take us? Wow, it's roughly up here. Why would that be interesting? It's just showing you that, we did have a scenario where Ethereum still had a dampened price, and you had other coins moving in the Ethereum ecosystem more related to it. Now, it's not a guarantee, right? DeFi, there's a lot of things that happened in 2020, right? You had interest rates at 0. You had DeFi being cycle 1 unicorn. DeFi was literally a cycle 1 unicorn. Now it's cycle 2. Okay, so it is taking its time. But you never know, that might throw people off where everything runs. Like, I mean, how unexpected would this be, right? Where everything runs and Ethereum can't run that much, but all the Ethereum ratios catch up. Okay, like I'll show you right now. Imagine we did get a scenario where no one expects this, right? Where a lot of altcoins catch up to an Ethereum ratio, yeah? Okay, and the winning move would be to rotate into Ethereum. Okay, because no one would be rotating at all. They'll think everything's getting pretty much getting started. But like, don't get too hung up on that. It's just something that happened in the past. A lot of people are saying that, say, Solana's overtaken Ethereum and everything out here. But we'll see, friends. Like, meme coins can only take you so far, right? Because they're just regurgitating the same dog shit memes. You have Ansoy out here talking about some new house coin or something. It's the same stuff over and over again. It's the same cabal people. If you're curious as well, Solana's trenches have 150,000 daily users. That's the number of people in Solana's meme coin JPEG trenches. And they're circling a drain, okay? They only make money if the SOL price goes up. And by they, I mean there's enough people who bink it off basically outgaming everyone else to basically talk about it to get everyone in. So you can see how everything pretty much relies on the native spear price to go up. This is the total, this is the others market cap. Look at this total crypto market cap, excluding top 10 others. Look at this. Look how just so far deviated off. It was just meant to go up on the left-hand side. Look at what happening. We just go down. So the past cycles were good. Unfortunately, we've had a poopy one, but we know exactly why it is now. It's all got to do with the business ISM model. Look what happened. The blood moon went down. We went down again. It's kind of sucky. So the next blood moon's in September. Might be another rectemper. Man, if we were following the past, look what ended up happening, man. That's just wild. You know, it's also interesting. I remember this 2.6 trillion, or maybe this number around here, actually. I think blockchain backer expects us to have this snappy wave up, and then it's all over. We'll see, man. We'll see. Just be careful of like Copen and BCB and Ivan and Crypto and Uncle Bobby. I'm like, Ben, you're all stacked on the same side, mate. All of you guys are saying it's over in June, July. Every single one is, okay? Rand, I think, changed his mind. Crypto banter, because Rand, friends, Rand's talent is he hangs around. He knows how to make good connections with people. He hangs around a lot of smart people. He absorbs a lot of it. But yeah, you can get smart people on both sides as well. So I wouldn't be too hung up on like, say, Rand's opinion, because Rand always gets like a super smart person and like he learns off them, right? That's one of his talents. Everyone else is like, no, I'm not going to listen to anyone else. Whereas Rand's actually got an open mind. I know, say what you want about crypto man. He's actually always got an open mind. He's like, okay, you know, this guy is a bear. Why is he a bear? Let me go figure out what he's actually been, thinking about. This is the Bitcoin dominance, which is seemingly rising forever. Extremely dangerous. Friends, I've got to repeat to you, the most dangerous thing of all Bitcoin dominance was this move. This literally gave so many companies and institutions confidence that you'll never need to buy an altcoin again, okay? Now, what is the most dangerous thing about Bitcoin dominance? The most dangerous thing is that you now have millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people who have been trained by the market, okay, fooled, such that they never need, in their mind, they think they never need to look at an altcoin ever again because Bitcoin goes up only, because it's easy for them. Oh, I just got to buy one thing. It's like, oh, I just got to buy Apple stock. I never look at anything else, okay? That's the most dangerous thing of all, because it's basically, it's trapped them, right? No matter how cheap an altcoin gets, for example, Ethereum, the ETH-BTC ratio is a very, very obvious one, okay? No matter how cheap it gets, they are not a buyer, okay? But you might say, oh, but that's okay because there's a lot of things you don't buy. No, there's a problem though. They still buy. The problem is they don't buy the cheap stuff. They don't allocate capital to the cheap stuff. It keeps disconnecting, right? Instead, they keep buying expensive. Have a guess what the expensive thing is. Well, maybe look at it right now. Go home, Ethereum. Go home. The casino is over. This is exactly what Ben Cope will be saying out here. This is Bitcoin dominance. And the biblical embarrassment that will be happening to literally every single person once you finally see Bitcoin's diminishing returns and it going down. Okay, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. Okay, just like hey, you're going to be like a lot of people saying, man, I never want to believe in long-term holding again. Yeah, guess what? There are people, they're on the opposite side. Okay, so you already went through your pain with me. We already went through most of the pain. You're allocating over time. It's still not working. Feels like everything's a bottomless pit. There are people on the other side of the equation. Okay, there are people, they literally do not think, they don't know that these institutions and these hedge funds are hotel cuck chair enjoyers themselves. They are also cucks. They are made of people. They are made of also boomers. They are made of people who sit around tables. There's a water cooler. They get the reception to go get them their soy lattes. Those types of people, friends, they make decisions. They get very scared as well. They have legal stuff that comes out. They have shareholders. Okay, they're not like a maverick like you and me trying to make a decision for yourself. It's easier for us to move in and out, and you have to live with your decision. These people are in a different game, okay? Just because they have these thousands of papers as research doesn't mean shit, okay? I've read all their research papers. Not a single one of them said Ethereum's cheap, which means they're just a bunch of cucks, okay? They're chasing momentum over each other, and you can already see that playing out, by the way. So, yes, for the overall theme, though, of this whole market is we're waiting for Euphoria, and Euphoria is a very, very, very long way away. Very long way, okay? Like, for example, in each of these cycles, doesn't have to happen as well, but you got 5 green months of 5 green months to the Euphoria. So if you actually did 5 months from now, so May, June, July, August, September, if we just ran for 5 months in a row, okay, and then you wanted to kill old season wave 1, it's done there. That's September. Okay, that's old season, all right? But, you know, it doesn't have to happen. A lot of people saying, hey, who cares about these? Who cares about these green monthly candles repeating? Look, man, it's not the green monthly candles, friends, okay? It's not the repetition of the green monthly candles, okay? They are coinciding with people's stupidity and the euphoria, all right? That's what it is. So once you got to think about it, okay? Think about the type of person who buys after 3 green monthly candles in a row. Okay, that's what I'm telling you about. When they're buying in monthly candle 4 and 5 and 6, this environment attracts a lot of weak hands. That's what it is. Okay, if you only have 2 or 3 green months in a row, you don't attract enough weak hands. Why? What ends up happening? Because if you don't get a green candle in your 4th candle month, what happens? It's a red one. You reset everybody. Do you get it? So if you get that reset, you can just keep going up forever. You can just go up beep, 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 like forever for a reset. Of course, you can't do this forever and ever and ever. Look what happened to Bitcoin dominance. It eventually just hits a point like it's really, really, really critical right now. So that's why Bitcoin dominance, friends, has had a lot of these resets along the way. It's given everyone a false sense of security, but it does eventually hit a point, okay? So yeah, it doesn't have to repeat again, but I'm sticking to my guns here. And I feel more confident now that I know literally every single person who calls themselves an independent thinker also has come to the same conclusion. They are the market now. They're just like every other retail. They say, oh, well, cycle's over soon. So it'll be funny to see how that plays out. Maybe it is all over since. I don't know. As well, friends, I want to show you the global liquidity thing. There's been a giant spike here, but it turns out this is India. So all the baby dolls over there in India, incredible India, they call it. This spike is because the M2 supply for India's thing it recalibrated just 10x higher. So what you probably have to do is just like move it down up here. So yeah, it's kind of screwed it up. Maybe they'll end up finding a fix for it as well. I think all you got to do now actually is just divide India's thing maybe by 10 or something. But yeah, this is it, friends. And this fractal cycle cope, remember, it doesn't work forever. Like if you go back to the past, there are many of these periods where this thing it doesn't work, especially tick for tick. It's just that it's working now. It's some relative lag. I remember even seeing BCB. He doesn't even know the answer to these, but I do, friends. I've known this for years, man. This is the same stuff. Like when you chart Bitcoin and the M2, okay, you can't look at it exactly percentage for percentage. Like, oh, you went up 2%, we got up 2%. You don't do that, okay? You do the percentage change, and you can actually chart it. So what you end up seeing, I've actually shown you one of my macro charts. You see, like, okay, if the M2 money supply has like a spike up plus 5% in like a 6-month period, then Bitcoin has like a plus percentage average move every month, for example. And then when it has it down, where ours goes down as well. They're not exact, but it's like a hyper responsive thing. But it's not. You don't live in a world where they print 10% of the money supply and then Bitcoin goes up exactly 10% or exactly 40% each time. It changes each time, as you know, because when the government prints money, yeah, we know it's eventually a scam, but it's not always a scam, friends. The reason why they print money is to cover GDP gaps at the start, is for the economy. That the first time they do, it's just that they always overprint because they have an incentive to overprint because then they get the money to go buy assets. That's the thing, okay? But the first amount of printing that they do is actually what you'd call legit, okay? It's legit. It's to cover all their expenses and everything they need to do. Checking out some other stuff as well, friends. Remember, look, if we believe the cycle is broken, remember in each 4-year crypto cycle, right, there was a unicorn invention. Okay, in 2012, we forked Bitcoin. That was an invention, by the way. Yeah, so we just literally forked Bitcoin. That's why. I think Davies Toy Hoffman from Bankless. I didn't know this. So what he said was during the time when they first had Bitcoin, they just forked it. They made Litecoin, right? And then they noticed Litecoin. So I think Bitcoin at the time was 1 billion market cap. They forked Bitcoin. They made Litecoin, and then they noticed it had a market cap of 40 million. So about 4%. I think it was around 2 to 4% of Bitcoin size, maybe 4%. And people were shocked and excited. They were like, whoa, we just created value out of thin air. So then they kept doing the forking, okay? And they did these fair launches of like, oh, wow, what was this innovation here? Wow, okay? But then obviously that's what I tell you. Like, people get fooled by this bull market, fooled by randomness. So it just turns out that you fork something that already had market value and you had a bit of its market share, mind share. And because basically, friends, there weren't enough coins, but there was people who wanted to get in. It was like the future demand of Bitcoin buried within that. And obviously, Litecoin is poopy today. You move on to Ethereum ICO, smart contract platform. This is another unicorn, 2016. 2020, we had Uniswap as well. And then our one cycle, we had meme coins. So you never know. They might actually just write Pump Fun maybe one day. But Pump Fun is just the JPEGs and stuff out here. It is more meme coin, culture casino stuff. I guess, but yeah, is it a unicorn invention? Well, it depends, man. Is Facebook an incredible invention? Just think about what it does. It literally just puts GeoCities websites together and you just link messages. Okay, what does Facebook do uniquely? It doesn't just literally, it gives you, puts your contact list on the internet. Doesn't sound too exciting, but you can split up everything like that. Oh, just a car's just like, 4 pieces of metal put together with some rubber things, rubber circles. So yeah, you can diminish it like that, or you just, see it for what it is. And the culture casino is what we discovered. And it makes sense from your perspective because you and I can't code. Yeah, most 99% of us can't code. So we can't build code. We can't build applications, but we can build communities. So if you can build a community, that's where you know how to make friendships, make contact lists. Maybe you know how to use AI to do some basic stuff yourself. That's actually building the network effect. You can do that. Okay, and that's actually why meme coins are popular. Because it relates to everyone. You can actually just build stuff. It's a book club. You can make your own book club, make it popular, or join others that you have fun with, okay? How are you going to go build the new DeFi infrastructure thing? You got no idea where to start. And by the way, you don't even know what they need. And by the way, I have participated in a lot of their ICOs. We're all wrecked, down 95% anyway. So all these other nerds with white papers and stuff out here, there's just doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to make money just because some nerd put some white paper and stuff out here. It's something we've learned from the past. Now, quickly, having a look at that Bitcoin monthly daily chart, actually, friends. We'll have a look at the monthly chart. Let's play some angel music for everyone out here. So, remember this red arrow, okay? Down here. They were all bearish. Okay, they were all bearish. I still remember, friends, even down here, you had Ben Copen and everyone talking about, we're going to crash lower. It's all over. It's all over. Everyone's going to say that. But it's the same stuff every time, friends. Like, if Bitcoin goes to 120 and it stops there, okay, if Bitcoin goes to 120 and stops there, every single person will be saying 150's next, 200's next. Every single person. And then we come back down here to 94, that would have sold. And just look, friends, everything I told you would happen has happened. Okay, I can read people. I can read people, okay? I told you, all right? I told you during this time, people would be selling and not telling you and me. All right? People would be selling. The Copens, the Ivans, the Uncle Bobbies, the people around this vicinity of here, they would be selling and not telling us because they're too scared if it goes up that they'd be embarrassed, okay? What happened when Bitcoin went down to 75K here? Only 2 people were brave enough to say, hey, I'm actually selling down here. Many other people, like once again, your Copens and everyone out here saying, I sold, y'all going home. All these people talk like this. And you'll probably think you're gaslit. You feel like a bit gaslit, don't you? Because you're just sitting here. Because, friends, I went through this last cycle. I was like, whoa. You were selling? I don't remember that at all. Because, people, friends, they took it so much to heart. They'd make all these YouTube videos and Twitter posts in 2022. And they're like, when the hell were you selling, man? You literally made, like, I remember, like, I'm not going to name the influencer. Some influencer made a video, Ethereum to $18,000, right? Literally. And then in his next 14 days videos, he said, yeah, I was selling my portfolio during that month, right? Because he crossed over to next month. I think it was like in May or June. He's like, yeah, I was selling actually in May and in April. I was taking a bit of profit. And they're like, bro, your thumbnail on your video literally had like $18,000 or $30,000 each, like ridiculous amount. And it wasn't just one person, literally everyone. And you're like, bro, you're calling for 300K BTC. You were selling the whole time. So I don't know if it's just them, but a lot of these people, friends, they can't look. I know, like we see them in front of a camera, and we think, oh, like they're confident and know what they're doing. But like, there's being confident in one thing, and then there's dealing with the angry pitchfork people as well. For these friends, these people, they care about their numbers, they care about the subscribers. They need it. They need it to be higher. Okay, so they're not actually your friend. You can't use them the way you think it is. Like they're your friend in terms of like, oh yeah, you might be useful to counter. Okay, but not just you individually. It's when you're all stacked together. Okay, and it confuses you sometimes because they're like really smart. Yeah, friends, they're always really smart. Look, friends, I listen to Uncle Bobby's podcast. Uncle Peter Schiff's podcast. The biggest capitulations in the stock market is from the smartest people. The biggest. Because, why? Because in a bull market, they get the most amount of money because they sound really smart. Right? That's why it kind of scares you a bit about Michael Saylor. You know what I mean? Like everyone's saying, can't get liquidated. You don't know how it works. Have you only heard that over and over and over again? Can't get liquidated. Tiny amount of leverage will never go bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it can go bad. I think it can go bad. Who says Bitcoin has to keep killing these cycle stuff? Who says? Okay. Who says that the next wave of crypto buyers, Bitcoin dominance is going to go up? Who says that? Like you're pricing that in forever and ever and ever. And by the way, speaking of that Bitcoin dominance and everything going on, because fans, what you got to challenge yourself with this, because like we're all on the same side, you know. We all want to win, but we're all going to get trapped together, right? Which is pretty much that's why. Like, I hate to say it, I'm just be careful of buying Bitcoin early in the next bear market. That's it. Or even when you think this alt season's over, just be careful on that first wave. I don't think you understand how many people we have to unwind. Friends, we literally have. You got to think about this. We have 4 cycles, okay, of weak hands now accumulated, where they say Bitcoin goes up only, Bitcoin dominance is always going to rescue everything, altcoins keep getting dispersed. They just keep saying this over and over and over again. It's built into the mantra here, which means, look, yeah, it's true. Okay, it has been true, but look, markets aren't about whether something's true or not. Okay, you know it's a pendulum. You got to think about who's on the same side of the boat as you, right? It's the weakest of the weakest of the weak hands. People only know up only. Look at this Bitcoin dominance chart, friends. 4 green years. Remember, I've told you, friends, if you think buying a position after there's 4 green months in a row, if you think that's bad, what do you think about 4 green years? Oh my gosh, 4 green years. Holy moly. So when you have 4 green years here, man, this is insane, right? So, but look, you just got to be careful as well, because, you know, markets can do this. Like after the 3rd year, look, it never had 3 years before. Yeah, it only never had more than 3 years. We only had 3 from before. So that's why, man, if you do this turbo long leverage, because so many people, right, what they'll do is they go, alt season's coming. What they do is they sign up to Bybit. They follow one trader on Twitter or YouTuber, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, it's time to long altcoins. Okay, I'll put on and they always put like a 10x leverage long on like XRP or Fartcoin or something out here, and they get rinsed. They get rinsed because they should be buying spot. Because when they finally get excited about an alt season, like, oh, that means I've got to get long for it. Yeah, but they're using leverage on the way down. The people who are buying spot end up getting to survive. Now, let's move on to some PulseChain stuff out here. The PulseChain price is obviously literally moving nowhere. Look at this. Literally nothing's moving anywhere. It's a very, very quiet weekend, which is kind of actually on, friends, because if we move up through the weekend, we know we got that CME gap, and we know we got to we always got to come back for that judgment day, don't we? We know the next CME gap for Ethereum is at 2600. Let's have a look at it again just to confirm, just to make sure it's not going anywhere. We have it right here. Right here. Here we go. So we have Ethereum up here, friends. 1600 is the price. Let's actually see, did we fake another CME gap price here? Did we fill it? Is that enough to fill it? Oh my gosh. We have, this is why these sucks. We have a literal, a $5, a $7 gap here. Is this enough? Is this enough to close the gap? I don't know, man. Just sometime, you never know. You never know. Maybe there has to be a red candle here that does this before we go up. Maybe that happens. The next big one is 2600. We have a huge gap up here, 2600 and then 3200. So, you know my philosophy, right? Altcoins, friends, I just don't expect anything good to happen. Even if you see like a plus 25% move in Pulse tomorrow, I'm like, nothing's going to happen until Ethereum finally moves out here. Let's have a look at the PulseChain PLS price chart. We can see it right here, and a bit of a sexier view right now. Still stuck in this channel, huh? When you're looking at weekly charts. Well, look, the thing is, right, if when you're using anything less than a weekly, you get like this hopium that a big move's just going to happen. So that's why that's why a lot of people, friends, when they use like a daily, okay, even like a daily, they're like, they see like, oh, at any moment now, we're just going to like shoot up like this, right? But then if you actually see like, oh, see, it doesn't look like that much. But then if you actually go look at what a weekly looks like for that, look how unrealistic that is. My gosh. You see what I mean? See how rare that move is? Oh, we're just always going to shoot up. What about even the monthly? See how rare that is as well? So when you're constantly expecting stuff like that, it wears you out. That's why a lot of the people who look at these short-term time frames, right, you're more prone to actually taking a break. because you're mentally, your brain is like any day now, but it actually only happens to the downside, which is, of course, very, very depressing to see. Quickly having a look at that pDAI as well. Remember, friends, what I did is it took 33 to 65 days to recover the capitulation the last 3 times. So I just went through the Maria FUD and I just walked forward 65 days. That is 22nd of May. So remember, 22nd of May. So I hope it just repeats again where it's kind of like, oh, wow, you're back to 0.005, half a cent by 22nd of May. And that kind of like just helps you plan ahead when you have like these uncertain times and everything, just slapping you around here and there, which seemingly lasts forever. Checking out the juicy news, friends. So Roca Negra, BlackRock bought 120,000 ETH, which is interesting. See, friends, just showing you. BlackRock bought all these BTC, and look at this. Bought all these Ethereum. Look, the ETH BTC ratio on the monthly is still clobbered. There's nothing you can do. So I never used to understand this when I was younger in markets, right? I used to know about manipulation and things get moved around, and I'm like, man, but if the big guy is buying, why doesn't anybody just reverse? And then you realize no big player can override emotions. That's the thing. Okay, Ethereum has everyone feeling a certain way. You feel like you're a cuck. You feel like these 11 monthly candles of the past, only one of them was green. Can you believe that, dude? We literally sat through 11 candles with only one green on ETH BTC. And it was literally Trump's winning month. That's it. And then it literally went down forever only as well. Like, it never done anything that bad. But do you understand how much of a scam that is? Even in the bull market, look at this. So Ethereum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even in Ethereum's biggest move of all time, all right, it had 7 green, 3 red. See what a scam markets are, friends? I know you want to hit someone. You just want to slap someone out. You don't know who that you want to slap. Just bring someone to me. You just want to crush their bones. You're like, dude, you're telling me when Ethereum was its first cycle, when the world didn't know how to price it, when it did a 4,500x, when it was literally up only, nothing could stop it. It didn't believe in gravity. Its greenest of green times was 7 green, 3 red. The greenest of green, something you'll never, ever, ever repeat again. What did we just get? After an Ethereum spot ETF, we got, it's literally, friends, after an Ethereum spot ETF as well. We got 10 candles here, 9 are red. Actually, it's worse, right? It's 11 out of 10. So 10 out of 11. 10 red, 1 green. What a disgusting turnout. But there's nothing we can do, man. Blame it on the soy, blame it on whatever. Nothing else we can do, right? We just got to believe that, hey, Roca Negra. You know, friends, Ethereum's got the strongest fundamentals. That's why it makes no sense, dude. Ethereum have half of all the stable coins in the world. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. It's, you know, we need let 1 month at a time. Let's see how month of May goes out. Or maybe Copen's right and Ethereum does go $500 and everything crashes again. We'll see. Tether's market cap rises to $147 billion. So this is the Tether CEO. He keeps tweeting like the market cap going up. This does confirm there are a lot of hotel cuck enjoyers out there in crypto. So remember, friends, Tether's a cuck currency. Everybody who holds Tether is a cuckold. You are full-blown cuck. You're like, yeah, and you're not even a good cuck. You're like on page 11 of Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even get to see you, right? And you just basically a waste of time. Tether as well, friends. Remember, has a blacklist function. Recently, they froze $13 million. The day before that, they froze $15 million. In March, they froze $25 million. Okay, 3 accounts, they just froze millions and millions, bang, 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 we don't like you. One of them was a Russian exchange. Okay, and now one of you baby dolls in the Telegram asked me, why do they freeze? Go ask them, bro. They don't tell you. They don't tell you. They obviously say, oh, law enforcement, legal stuff. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. They can do whatever the hell they want. And by the way, what legal stuff? It's international. Is there an international court? No. So they would get some bullshit warrant from some FIBI or Coconut Intelligence Agency officer, freeze this, maybe. Yeah, friends, obviously, I don't doubt they are freezing criminals. They are. We know they are. I'm just telling you, it's a slippery slope. Who's a criminal now? Oh, it's someone who we don't have court documents. Oh, that guy's Russian. Take care of him. Okay, that guy's Iranian. Take care of him. Okay. Oh, that account is linked to the Ayatollah or something. Okay, take care of that. That's how it starts. And friends, it's literally we're watching CBDC morph in real time. Okay. And that's a blacklist function. Now, do we honestly really care, friends? Of course, you and I, our account's never going to get frozen. We didn't give a shit, okay? But The big money is actually scared. Now that I think about it, okay, if you've got like 25 million, okay, if you've got like 20 million in Tether, you're a big whale. You can actually move money. Yeah, do you want to be holding Tether, man? Something like, yeah, unfortunately, friends, you don't have an alternative. This is why the narrative of pDAI, if we do get it to work, if Richard Hart does succeed, the PulseChain pioneers, it will go down in history. All right, because we don't have a non-blacklist function stablecoin. Okay, we do. They got about $7 of liquidity. No one knows about them. It's very, very low. Yes, but you get what I mean. We don't have a native decentralized, actual powerful one where their mind share isn't split. That's why the thing would be biblical if we did end up getting that. Also, friends, I just want to show you something. If you're on Twitter and you're actually wasting your time subscribed to people like this, you're not going to make it, man. You're not going to make it. Just, like, friends, time is precious. Time on earth is precious. Time in crypto is precious. Okay, I know it feels like it's gone forever. I'll have forever to buy. No, eventually we'll have a snap up, okay? But these people just engagement farm junk. If you just have people, if you're following anybody on Twitter, oh, good morning. Oh, today, go and make the best day. If they're just doing that stuff, just literally unfollow them. You're wasting time, precious time. You have to start filtering your head to literally going and finding high value content. Okay, obviously you subscribe to me, highest value content in crypto. You see, I never do any of these bullshit engagement things. Good morning. Good morning. It's a good day to post good morning. So obviously I'm not targeting this person out here, right? But in particular, I'm just telling you, like, go to your Twitter and your YouTubes. You see time wasters, start filtering them out. Okay, literally start filtering them out. And then what you'll find, you'll be very, very surprised. You have a more enjoyment when you're consuming content because you're actually learning and seeing stuff that is not here to just waste time and these people just to boost their own engagement. Because this is literally just people who do this. Okay, what are they doing? They wake up every day and they're like, they need their number to go up. There must be more subscribers. There must be more engagement. They check the impressions. Friends, I've never checked any impression, any of my tweet. I don't give a shit. I don't do anything. The only thing I'll do sometimes is like when maybe I'm live literally recording for you. I'm like, wow, that one hit 500 likes. That's it. It's just like this tiny little candy moment. Who cares? Everything else, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Because I know how the crowd works, friends. Literally, you're most popular when you're most wrong. Okay? Just what it is. You're most popular when you're most wrong. Okay. Ethereum is going down heaps. Okay, what are all the popular people saying? It's trash. I'm in Solana. Phantom's overtaken. Blah, blah, blah. Saying all that. And same thing when things are really, really green. Oh, Ansoy's new token. That's not going to rug. You know, all these things going up. It's the same stuff. There's no edge there. Okay, the edge is being the main character who dishes out this information. That's the edge. Look at it's rare unicorn stuff. You're never going to get there anyway. Don't forget, friends, all roads lead to ultimate money printing as well. So I don't know if Arthur Hayes has released his article. Got to check it out here. But this is pretty much where it's all going to end. Okay, they have to print money. They have to roll over the debt. Okay, we don't know what the extensions are going to be. Hopefully it's another 4 years. They might give us another 12-month money bonanza. They have to print. Okay, it doesn't matter what they say. All the tariffs have been walked back. It's just going to be a continuation. And now you get to see, friends, why all the greatest stock market dudes, you and I live it in real time. They say literally just stop reading the news. Just don't read the news. Don't read the news. Do your own research? They're talking about stocks, right? Individually, just don't read the news. It's all fugazi. And it is, man, we're slaves. You wake up, man, they have us hating China. You know what I mean? Think about it. Like, you didn't know, dude. Who cares? Oh, because the markets are down because of this or that. Who are you going to hate? China? Or are you going to hate Trump? Oh, no, now we're going to hate China because they're not on the deal. Oh, no, we're going to hate Trump. He does what he wants, a better deal. All controlled from that TV, isn't it? Where to from here? Thank you to Morales Money. Sir Ivan the Great. This is Ethereum, friends. Ethereum, this is a fib extension, right? From the top to the bottom. In the last cycle we hit here, okay, so you went from 1,400 down to $88. We went and hit the third one. That's why, friends, if we were to hit the third one again, it's 15K. Okay, 15K. So I don't know, man. Like that, maybe we get it. I don't know. There's just, I don't know. If we get an ETH BTC of 0.05, a retrace, because we did go very, very, very low. If we get 5, that means Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Ethereum would be 5% of whatever Bitcoin is. Okay, so if Bitcoin is 100K, Ethereum gets the 5. If Bitcoin is 200K, Ethereum gets a 10. If Bitcoin is 300K, Bitcoin gets a 15. So we'll see. But what about that rogue scenario? Well, okay, what if Ethereum goes up without Bitcoin? Literally, is what I've noticed, friends. No one's given any probability to that. No one. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Of course, Ethereum third cycle curse and stuff. Isn't it interesting where everyone's Bitcoin worshiper now? precisely. The whole year, Bitcoin dominance has been way dangerously high. So we'll see how it all plays out, right? Completely out of our control for now. I guess we're going to see how May continues. And if that May, June, July part, that's going to be the next funky area, right? What happens in May, June, July? Everyone's going to be calling for the end. So what would scare everybody? Okay, Bitcoin touches 120, 130, and then it pokes under 100 again. Everyone thinks it's over. Okay, I don't want that to happen, but that's pretty much it. I want Bitcoin to go 300K, but think about it in yourself, right? If everyone expects to sell at 150K Bitcoin, like I'll show you again, right? Right here. If everyone expects to sell a 150 BTC, like they all do, this is literally the number they're all selling for. Ivan, Uncle Bobby, literally everybody's got 150. Every single person saying 150, 150, 150. Wouldn't it be interesting, right? If at 130, if it did stall, okay, hopefully it goes to 150, hopefully it bros through, but if it did stall here, all these people who want to sell at 150, they probably get down here, okay, and they probably like get squeezed under 100, because then they're like, oh crap, it round tripped the whole move. Now we're back to Nov 2024, it's over. So I like to just invent these scenarios because I don't think it's going to be over. Okay, so I know it's going to make some sort of weird chart pattern, but we'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.